shine bright like the healing rays. 420 patients, we stand as one. Safe access for everyone. Oh, we rise up, lifted higher. Medicine fueled by love and fire. Together we blaze, together we laugh. Patients for safe access. That's the path.
The following production has been brought to you by the Hippie Broadcasting Network, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records. Now, here's your host, Summer Parker.
Hey guys, sorry, I was writing a note. Hello. Hey,
I'm digging that music. I'm digging that intro music. I love it.
Got a little elevated with that nano shot, man, before coming on.
Oh yeah?
No, I didn't hit it yet. I bet it's gonna hit me soon. So, guys, welcome back to our weekly Patients for Safe Access podcast. Today, my guest is James Bridges over here to my side. And James, I've seen you around in the industry since I became a patient back in like 2019, something like that. But what our paths didn't cross until earlier this summer for the first time. Crossing, and that was when Reefer Ronnie brought me out to Bluegrass on Bell, an event that you had hosted at a location in Shawnee. And so that event was awesome. By the way, I can't wait for other events that you have in the future. So a lot of fun.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Great music. Safety meeting was on there. You know, yeah. We had them on the show too here. So that was a lot of fun there. So tell us, your biggest thing that you're a part of that you do right now in this industry is Herbage Magazine. So I wanted you to have the chance to come on, tell us a little bit about Herbage, how it got started, and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, how long you got?
We got baby.
we could do the bullet point version or the deep. Let's just go right into it. In 2018, before 788 had passed, I was already in publishing. I had already been in publishing for a while, since about 2001, and I had my own business at that time doing and I still do, is Scroll 3 Media. I do online advertising for small businesses and things like that. And I've always worked in publishing and worked with small business, small to medium-sized business, community newspapers, community magazines, and things like that. And this fit right into my lifestyle and all of that. So I decided to go ahead and start Herbage up before 788. Had passed, and once it passed, we went to print, and from that point on, it was great. There were a lot of personal reasons. I don't know if you want to get into those.
If you do.
Okay. Well, I had had a lot. I mean, the reason why I'm a patient in the first place is I had a long time alcohol and pill issue, and it had, at that point, destroyed my liver. And so I was, on the list for transplant and all that. But I had gotten very, very sick. And so it was a wake-up call to me to completely stop and get sober, but green sober or California sober, whatever you want to call it. And so that really, cannabis carried me through that. And it felt very, very special and personal to me. I felt like, in a sense, it saved my life, along with a lot of other things. But I mean, that really was something that that was along with me the entire way. And I felt like I had a little bit of purpose left in me. And so I wanted to start Herbage and start telling people about that kind of thing, a better quality of life. I didn't want to get political about anything. I wanted to talk about the lifestyle and how everything is okay. You have a choice. And it was really, a personal thing for me. And to balance that with the business end of things and to keep things rolling and all of that, it's difficult at times. It's been difficult at times, of course. Yeah. But, we're still here. So
Yeah,
that's how we
chickens.
started.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here. I think that Herbage Magazine is right up there with High Times Magazine all day, every day. So I think publication wise with cannabis, it's a great publication. You put a lot of thought into the advertisers, the sponsors, the columnist, everything. And you're really great at taking people's words and, kind of fluffing and stuffing a little bit and making it sound even better. And then that comes from personal experience with the articles that I've submitted because, I don't fluff and stuff. That's not something I'm real great at, but you take the words that I send to you and then you make it into a much more presentable version. So,
Well, I
you're
try. Thank you very much. It's a very big compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's been a pleasure. I've got 2 of the magazines sitting over here, and I don't just have these 2, just these 2 are out because these are the ones that, we've been in with you. And that one there was the Harvest Fest one.
Yeah.
Was awesome. That one was a way cool addition to go into. And then this one being the Cowboy Cup one. And so if you haven't picked up your Cowboy Cup edition of Herbage yet, how can they find where they can get a magazine?
Well, we're in over 420 locations, dispensaries. Mostly, of course, we have the metros hit Tulsa, Oklahoma City. There are 100 locations in Tulsa alone, over 200 in Oklahoma City and the metro. We should have a map on our website. If not, then that needs to be put up there. I'm pretty sure we actually updated that this time. But yeah, I mean we're connected all the way down to Lawton. I mean we dropped I believe we dropped at 25 spots in Lawton.
Oh, wow.
And then we go to the other corner and we'll go all the way down. And then what I really like to do, just to be honest with you, I mean I'm a publisher, so I want it to be in many places as possible, of course. But when you're limited on the amounts and things, I grew up in small town. I grew up in community. I grew up. I want to reach those places. I don't want to say more, but I like reaching those places because it seems special whenever I walk in and I deliver the magazines.
Right.
It's just it's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that will get it will take the time, to sit and read it a little bit more and things like that. I don't know why. That's being very assumptive of me, but I just enjoy getting into the small community, and it's always been a special place for me. It's because that's where I grew up.
You drop these issues once every 2 months?
Yeah, currently we're bi-monthly. We were monthly, and then for a little bit we had to go actually 4 times a year, and then we're back up to bi-monthly, and it's looking as if we may go ahead and start going monthly by mid-year.
Yay!
If we can pick up on some support and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the thing about this magazine. I wanted to make it free to the reader, no matter what I had to do, because I felt like any kind of education, especially at first, we did a lot more education in the beginning, but being able to reach the people and them being able to get something out of it, whatever that is, the artwork that we put in there, music that we talk about, festivals that we're aligned with, whatever it is, they deserve that information. The patients deserve that information. And so that's where my mindset comes from. And thankfully, we've been supported in the community by, advertisers that see the benefit in that. And that it's very important to have this community happening and going on. And in radio, in your podcast, and all the podcasts, everybody together, all the media together is very, very super important. And without
Mhm.
that support, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't. It
You
goes away, and then we see what the Oklahoman will say about it, or some kind of homogenized newscast on Channel 9 or Channel 4, or whoever wants to pretend like they know what the industry is.
Yeah, with a
Then you'll have to
30-second.
get it from them. But if we want our voice out there, we have to have support. All of us do.
Yes, yes, we do. And the patient community is the largest community. There's over 330 plus thousand patients in the state of Oklahoma with medical patient cards currently. That
Right.
number used to be 370,000, but we staggered down, just like with some other licensing numbers, we staggered down. But overall, I mean, we have about less than 10,000 in the commercial and retail spaces, meaning grow, processor, lab, waste disposal, retail, whatever it is. There's less than 10,000 of those. Okay, so you take that and you take it times what, 30? That's we have the numbers. Patients have the numbers. We need the information. We need to be able to trust the information that we're getting, and being able to take articles like yours gives us education.
And more articles, in
Mhm.
order to get more articles in there and get it out there. But it's a good point. It's a great point. But the number that I like to look at more so
Mhm.
is the number of people that pick it up in a coffee shop that don't have their
Mhm.
license and are interested in a different way of taking care of themselves, whether
Mhm.
instead of what their doctor told them what to do step by
Right.
step their entire life, or overprescribed or whatever it is. Sorry, I get a little upset whenever it comes to that. But it's the kind of curious market. That's
Mhm.
where we need to reach, really,
Yeah.
because I mean, if you think about it, those people, the people that are curious about it, the stigma, everything, all that along, but it continues to get hammered and hammered and hammered. The curious continue to get hammered because of what's happening now in the media. I mean, I
Mhm.
haven't seen reefer madness like this since.
I it's This is
It's
the word.
insane,
It
and
is absolutely.
um, it's hard not to comment. It's hard not to get in the noise of it. But it's important to get the word on the other side of it, not argue it, not say they're wrong, just get it there, the outreach of it. you know and so that's the most important mark. That's a really strong number that I like to look at. And but it's no more important. I didn't mean that. It's just it's very important to take that market into consideration.
Yeah, no, for sure it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got to take all communities of it into consideration.
Yeah,
So,
every headline on Newsbreak or any of the apps is just, it seems, it's just reefer madness. It's
and
insane. And
you're 100% right, because like even when you try to give the media a good story about cannabis, okay, they don't have the ability to run it. And I'm not saying this is true, and please, people, do not throw me to the irons to the fire with the witches and the stakes. But my understanding is that our own governor has some control over what's allowed to be displayed in the media over marijuana, and that basically if it's not
well,
if it's something that's in a better light, they're told nah, basically. Now again, I don't know if that's true. That could just be rhetoric, you know what I mean? But
I think it could be. I mean, but that's just my opinion. But the thing is like it all comes down to money and advertising and eyeballs. And with the media, I've like I said, I worked in the media. The Journal Record.
Mhm.
I was the advertising director there in Oklahoma City. A lot of business, I dealt with, which is a great paper. I love that paper, by the way. I don't mean to say that but like, I'm just saying I have experience with this, and I do know that those ad directors are looking at dollar signs,
Mhm.
and good news stories right now are not selling clicks, views, reads,
Right.
advertiser, numbers. It's all that. And so whether that comes from people that are, in place to make that happen financially, I don't know. That's a kind of a conspiracy theory, but it could be a very good theory.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but I mean, I do feel like that
No.
there's reason that, good media doesn't get displayed about, good things about cannabis in the media. I mean, I feel like there's a
Well,
reason for that
here's
specifically. And why do they
this is
continue?
this is what surprises me. I've been in, and this is not egotistical at all. But I worked in a lot of community newspapers here in Oklahoma and beyond, California and other states. But none of them. And I've been in, and I'm still a member of some of the publishers associations and things like that. But none of them have reached out to me for information or to even write a guest editorial or anything.
Right?
I don't want to get paid for it.
Yeah.
That's not it. But yet you can open up their pages and read the nonsense of the misinformation that they have garbled up and regurgitated onto their rag. It's I don't even know. Reach out. Just reach
Mhm.
out to the people that actually know. And there are people
Mhm.
in this industry that have been in your industry as well that know how to present it in not a slanted way, in a
Mhm.
truthful and honest way.
Right. Yeah. Now, I mean, media, I can't count how many times that they foobarred, information that was provided to them in regards to things like recalls and stuff like that, or even the Greenleaf Labs thing, talking about 19 different, failed pesticide or failed heavy metals, whatever it was, type products. And they foobarred the recall information and the way that they put it in their news stories is not the truth. You know what I mean? They're taking pieces of this and pieces of that and pieces of this and making something out of it. And it's not what they're saying it is.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help inform the public in any way. That's misinformation.
Yeah.
That's misinformed media. So it relies
Absolutely. And
on people.
mispresented media
Mhm,
and greedy media.
mhm. And that's why it's important for like publications like yours, for podcasts like mine, for others in this industry who utilize social media to influence with awareness and education. We're not even viewed as media, but social media, this is the media of today. Just because
Yeah,
we don't have a press pass because we can go to journalism school doesn't
sure.
mean we're not media, right?
Right. But I did go to journalism school and I did work in media and things like that. And what I'm saying is they won't even reach out to me for information. And I could have an inside thought, is all I'm saying. Or I could point them in the right direction.
Mhm. Or give them some documentation of proof of something instead of them just going off of.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Mhm.
anyway, it's a really hard thing to argue, and that's why I try not to get in too many arguments about it, especially online, because it eats up my time and my positive time. The things I could
Right.
do positively, like throwing fun events,
Mhm.
or trying to. I saw someone ask a question about whenever it became personal for me,
Mhm.
or something of that nature. Um, or purposeful.
Mhm.
What was that? What was the moment, that you're calling instead of just a cool hobby? I was trying to make a documentary. That's another thing that I've worked in a couple like independent film and stuff like that. So I really love, working in media in that direction. But I was trying to make a long format documentary of what is going on. And we got to one interview with a kid that suffered from seizures. I can't remember exactly why he was having them, but he had to wear a watch, that sort of thing, and it had been since he was a
Mhm.
baby. They like 1 or 2 years old. all the way up until he's like 19 now. And he was so proud because he had just got his first job, you know, at Bronze, and his parents, it's super interesting because their family was very, very, very super conservative, and they tried everything they could except for cannabis, and they got the cannabis at the end, and then it worked for him. You know, he was he was happy because he was down to like 20 a day instead of 200.
Wow.
That's, I mean, you know, I know you've heard it, but, and then he went into one while we were on camera. And I had never been in that situation, and they gave him a gummy. It was a gummy, and he came out of it, and it was like I witnessed it, and that whenever you see something like that, and that changes you, it really does. I mean, I know that sounds simple, but it's not. Whenever you're in that situation, you really do see the look in the child's eye, and you see them come back, and you're like, they're okay with it. It's normal to them. They've lived with this all their life, but this right here has gotten them to the point where they can just be what they call normal and get a little part-time job for the first time, you know, and be happy about that. It was an awesome experience, and that was the winter of 2018. So.
Well, it's that moment. We will talk about that and the power of the plant when we come back from our short break. Give you just a second here.
The fuck is that noise?
You guys hear that shit? Yes, I do. Listen up, children. Now the story I first heard from a long time ago was never to go out in the woods all alone. People go missing and never make it home. No decent burial, not even one bone. Portals hidden in trees, no you can't see him. He's calling shots far beyond big bag and trim. A buddy 2 lamps short, I heard him yelling at him. Well, if you wanna bring your slash, won't you do it down when? Watches taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He won't take no for an answer. There's no going back if he won't let you. Growing trees is all he knows, and peeping at you through the upstairs window. Floodwaters, rock slides, better know where you're at. 36101 Redwoods attack. You gotta stay on the road when you're beating the black. There's people flying off the edge just like Susie's a cat. If you show up, take a second, don't forget where you're at. Now don't get caught in your tits, that's a C-Spot's trap. Now all aboard, come along to the back of the woods. From the song and sing along, it'll be all good. Swatches on heaven. Said too much about the squatch and his beers. I'm trying to make an honest living and be just like him. I'd like a cabin in the woods with the license that says, you fuck with me, you fuck with squatching, that's the way it is. The squatch is taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He's starting trendy dances, using CBDs for curing cancers. No one grows like he grows. You might be smoking on his endo. Swatches on heaven. In 707.
Are you searching for affordable products and great rosin? Well, look no further. Whether you're keeping it simple or going all out, we've got you covered. Sunny's for everyday deals, and Hash RX for that premium fire. Sunny's keeps your stash affordable, giving you value every single day. When you want the best, Hash RX. Oklahoma's premium live rosin. No solvents, no shortcuts. Affordable or premium, the choice is yours. Find us at Oklahoma dispensaries.
Wow.
Yeah, that Hash RX, that's some good stuff.
Damn. They sent me some really super fire stuff the other day. Like that is like some blonde, sexy, pretty hash rosin. Yeah. They sent me a hash hole, some nano infused drinks, which I've been, cautiously approaching. I'll proceed with caution again. So, man, before that break, you had me in some tears. I had to get up and walk away for a second during break because the story that you were talking about with, observing the child getting the benefit of the medicine right there in front of you and how powerful that was to see. I was not a cannabis consumer when 788 came around. When 788 came around, I still signed the petition. And the reason I signed it is because my youngest daughter also has seizures. And even though, I wasn't going to receive a medical benefit, I could see where my child might benefit from that in the future. And so that was why I did it. And, as part of that compassionate use, that compassionate vote, is because it's for the compassion for someone else to receive that medical benefit. And so the stories definitely aligned. So,
Good. Because it's not just about business and money. It's really not. That's not what we're here for. That's not why this happened, but it's got to run somehow. We all know that. But it touches everybody, and you can't do that with other industries. It's so misunderstood by the people that we're supposed to trust. And it could have been, I don't know. I just don't trust people that are trying to regulate something so beautiful to death.
No, I would agree.
They're putting a chokehold on a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I don't trust them.
I think we've been forced to trust them because that's the option we were given. But I think in the last couple of years, people have really gotten woke to the lack of accountability within the regulatory agency and their ability to protect patients, to protect licensees, and that type of thing. We've seen it be a very vast difference from what 788 was, originally wrote to be, which was our medical program.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Hippie says, James, be honest. How many issues of Herbage magazine were created while you were so high you forgot you were a magazine?
I wish I could get that high. Honestly, whenever I put together a magazine, a lot of people I don't talk to a lot of people for several days. And my family, they know that I'm locked away and I'm just on, and I'll put in, a minimum of 40 hours on an issue, just laying it out and design and all of that. And then, before that I'm writing, but, I gotta smoke, right? I do smoke quite a few blunts while I'm working in front of my computer, but I just don't get that high anymore. Maybe I'm just smoking the wrong flower.
It says, when you started Herbage, what was the biggest nobody told me this part moment when you had running a cannabis publication?
Probably Oh, my first Cowboy Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was. That was an eye-opening moment. It was the first time I had a weed hangover.
Uh-huh.
And whenever I walked around, see, I didn't frequent a lot of festivals. Like I didn't go to Vegas. I didn't go to a lot of festivals. So it was new to me a little bit, but I was like in this playground, like a writer, and I felt like I was in this world that was so different, and I didn't never want to leave. And it was
Aw.
because everybody was like, hand in hand at that time,
Mhm.
and people were just happy,
Yeah.
and uh, it was that was probably when I guess uh,
Yeah. He
down to
says,
earth. Yes.
you've interviewed some legendary names. Who was the most unexpectedly real, down to earth guest that blew your mind?
All right. He wasn't really a guest, but I picked this guy up from. I think I picked him up from the airport, and I'd seen him on social media, and I didn't really know him, but I knew friends of his, and they asked me to pick him up and take him back to Shawnee from Oklahoma City.
Mm.
And anyway, I knew he was a fun guy and all this, and I picked him up, and then we went to go eat. And I don't know if anybody knows, if you guys know him, but Hopper.
Okay.
His name is Hopper, and he has Hopper's solventless. But he shows up, and he's got a beard that you could smoke. If you smoked it, you'd probably get high. And he has a flat cap on. He's just like grandpa, like just and he's got his threads on, and everything, and his shorts and his white socks pulled up to his knees and all this. So I was like, "Where do you want to eat? Do you like chicken fried steak?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I took him to what's that place on 23rd Street?
Okay.
Cheevers.
Well, Cheers.
Cheevers. I took him to a high end place. I wanted to take him to a really high end place. And we sat right down in the middle of that place, white tablecloths and all. Let everybody in their suits look over at us, and we enjoyed the best meal ever. And he was like, so not what you would think. He's just like a guy you wanted to hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, gosh, there have been, I mean, I can't name them all, but that was a really, really fun day.
That was a fun day. That
Yeah.
reminds me of a day that I was in the green room with young hippie kids and Afro Man at a place up in Missouri. And the behind the green room had these basketball hoop games and all this crazy fun shit in the back. And we got to hang out in the back for hours with them and just watch them shooting hoops and jamming out and all kinds of great stuff. So that was a lot of fun. It reminded me kind of that. So, you spoke vulnerably in the beginning about your time with addiction. And that's another thing that we have paralleled. And, we've ended up in the same place with the same ending of cannabis saving our lives. And that's something that I love to reiterate. And I would actually like to be able to put together a video of people saying cannabis saved my life, cannabis saved my life, and
Yeah.
be able to mass email that to legislators and stuff like that,
Yeah.
saved our lives. We need you to help us, but cannabis saved our lives,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Well, I need help.
What a call out.
I'm not
I'll help.
computer savvy, so
I'll help you.
I got it. James will help me. Now, events. What type of events? I know we have, Cowboy Cup coming up here in December. Do you
Yeah.
have any other events that you're currently planning on or working towards that you'd like to
Um,
share?
Currently, right now, I mean, Herbage is actually, we just finished our voting period for our best of program. So
Mhm.
best of herbage for 2025. And we had 60 categories in that thing. Um,
It was a
and
lot.
yeah. But we even left some out. I mean, we had people asking us to, how come you don't have this one? How come you don't have that one? And we tried to accommodate everything. But yeah, so I'm planning a live event for those awards for that. That'll be in January. I'm actually looking for a venue right now. I'm gonna hit up one of the best ofs.
Are
So
you gonna try to go in
the
OKC or?
finalists. I can't. Well, no, I do know. One of the well, there's both, so we'll figure it out. I'm thinking about doing two different events. That way, people who want to collect their on this side of the state want to collect their award, they can come to that one. It'll be a daytime kind of lunch thing, is what we're looking
Right.
at for that. And then I'm actually working on another blunts and bogeys. Golf
Tell me about
blunts
that.
and okay. Our blunts and bogeys program. Oh, it was a great hit in the first few years. Uh, gosh, it's an actual golf tournament, and we do a scramble. We're changing it up, the format and everything, but it's really a place where we take over the golf course. We use that's our venue essentially. So on every hole we had people would have a vendor on every hole. We had hole in one. We had hole in one for $50,000 one year, $25,000 another year. Just a typical nice golf tournament. Except for it's cannabis golf, and so we'd have fun and games and things like that. And then we'd have a pig roast, a DJ, and just fun times. And then we had one where we did a different format of night golf, and so it was
Okay.
glow ball. Oh, that was a hit. So
I
right now
bet.
we're planning our next one for the spring, and we're trying to figure out where we want to go with that one. We've been having some issues with the golf courses now. So before we didn't have an issue with many of the golf courses. They were fine with it. They loved it. They loved the thought of getting, we brought we would I mean we'd wind up paying them, on a day where they would have maybe 10 golfers out there. We'd wind up paying them $5,000 so we could go out there and have some fun and not tear up their
Right.
plates. But yet
Yeah.
they don't see that. What they do see is the reefer madness that's running around, even with the small town mayors, and they're not willing to step up and just continue to be themselves. That's the
Mhm.
problem. Anyway, so sorry.
You're good.
But that's what's happening, you know. And so it's not like a bunch of fools out there
Mhm.
tearing up the greens. What we're doing is actually gathering, giving information, giving to charity. We're having fun. It's a lifestyle, and that's what we want.
Right. I've
But
never
they,
played golf, but Charles has.
oh yeah. Well, see,
Yeah.
the fun part is whenever people go out there and they don't really know how,
Hmm.
because we play scrambles, and so there's typically one good person on the team, and it's best ball, and it gives everybody a chance to just have some fun.
So heck yeah.
It's
You
not
guys
serious at all.
would be laughing at me.
Do what?
I said y'all would just probably be laughing at me. I'd be the idiot who threw the club in the air and everything else. So, we
That's
couldn't
okay.
hit the ball. So
That's the fun part.
Mercedes, quit. My Lances, you're being annoying. I apologize, guys. She really wants outside, but I'm not letting her out there. So let me ask you, whenever I first met you, and we were talking about, retail establishments and products that have been contaminated and things like that, you know now what we do and why we do it. And so what is your take on it? And, how do you see what we're doing going forward?
What you specifically, or
Mhm.
your group?
Mhm.
No, I love it. I think it's important. I think that there needs to be eyeballs on the eyeballs,
Mhm.
if you will. And it's not a matter of you telling on people or whatever. What you're doing is you're holding those to a standard.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some sort of standard in an industry, or you're just not safe. And so no, I applaud it. I think it's great. Um, I don't know what else you want me to say about it, but I really do. I like what you
Yeah.
guys are doing. You're standing up for the patient,
Yeah.
and that's super important. And if any brand out there doesn't stand up for the patient, they don't deserve to be a brand in this industry.
Right.
That's my opinion.
That's mine as well. I can second that. So, because I mean, when it comes down
Go
to
make beer. Go do something else, man.
go make beer, yeah, I don't want to do that either. No, it's important, to me as a patient, in this industry because of not only my own health issues, but the health issues of others that I know around me, like those with seizures or those with PTSD. My biggest thing is like take somebody who's got mental health issues, struggles already, and you provide them with a product that ultimately harms them further. How is that right? How is that not criminal? To me, that's criminal, but of course here in the state of Oklahoma, it's only a regulatory infraction and an administrative issue. So,
Right.
which behooves me. So, Mercedes, you're being just the brat today.
I know there are a lot of laws that you can say that about, and not even in just this industry, and it's ridiculous. I'm becoming more and more of an old man, I think, where I don't trust anyone or anything.
No, I feel that. I mean, we've trusted with blind faith for too long. We have to take the blinders off, and I'm not one that I'm sitting here like, oh, we need more regulation. No,
Right.
we just need to make sure that what we're doing correctly. So
Yeah,
that's all.
I agree. And there are a lot of things that could be simplified. I mean, like I said before, this industry is being choked to death by regulation. It's sickening, the amount of regulation that's being put on this plant. But there needs to be something. There needs to be some sort of something that makes sure that those standards are being met. So I applaud what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it for sure. Let's see. So the Herbage Awards you said are going to be going on in January, right? So let's, do you want to plug socials? I know that the one is www.herbagemag.com.
Right.
I got it.
So we're at herbagemag.com, and there it's safe. We can post anything we want. All right. Then we have our, let's see, Instagram. That's at herbage_magazine. We had to renew because our Facebook is shut down. It's at Herbage Mag 2.0, Herbage Magazine 2.0.
Magazine 2.0. Yeah.
But yeah, we have a link tree there where you can follow us everywhere. We're on YouTube as well. So.
Okay. So now also I seen something about a podcast coming up, a Rooted podcast.
Rated? I'm sorry.
Rooted?
Oh, Rooted. No, that's our okay, so we have that on the back burner right now. But
okay.
It's funny, I keep putting things on the back burner. I do that a lot because something else will get in front. But the back burner right now is to go in and continue our series, our video series, docu-series, mini docu-series is what we're wanting to do. Rather than just going in and doing social media, run-throughs and posts and using that for, content and things. We want to do an actual series where we'll do a docu-style. And so that's what that is. We started out with Fire Mountain. Then we have some other videos on our YouTube, which one is our most popular video on our YouTube. I don't know if you want me to dive into that. Do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Miller. Are you familiar with Mike?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. Wait a minute. Pops' son?
I mean, Steve. Steve. I'm sorry, Steve
Yeah.
Miller.
Yes, Pops. Yes,
Yes.
I am. Yes.
Yes. Okay. We have his story, kind of docu style on there.
Mhm.
Um, and he called me one day and he said, "I got something. I want you to see it." And I was like, "Okay, this has got to be good." He didn't tell me what it was. He even said that. He was like, "I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Just if you can come by, come by." And so I went to his house, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like an hour drive for me. I got there, and he showed me. I said, "Don't do anything until I get there," because I kind
Mm-hmm.
of had a feeling that he had discovered some kind of medicine.
Okay.
But for your audience, if they don't know him,
Mm-hmm.
he suffered with tremors,
Mm-hmm.
internal and external, correct? Yes.
Yep. The simple tremors. Yep.
And all his life, and to the point where, I mean, whenever I first met him, it was hard for him to shake hands and things like that. But he literally did it. He took the medicine, explained to me what it was, took the medicine, or not took the medicine, but rubbed it on his wrist,
Mm-hmm.
and sat there and talking to me, and just a few seconds later, he just stopped shaking.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just I cried.
Mm-hmm.
If you know him, you would have cried too in that
Oh
moment.
yeah.
But
Just watching his video that Jeff Hooten put up, like
yeah,
if you don't shed a tear watching that video, like that for real is the most extreme, that Pops deals with, and that's and cannabis stops that.
yeah,
So,
it was unbelievable to just see that. And I mean, our silence, but it probably says something to your audience. I don't know,
mhm.
but he's just I did read that as well. When I saw a comment up there, I read that as well today. He's not feeling too well today, and we all pray for him and
Absolutely.
love him and
That's right.
and and want him to get better.
Absolutely, we do. And if he
He's a
needs
good guy. He's such a good guy. He's fun to hang around with. Like, I want to take him to a baseball game.
oh,
you know?
I think I would rather take him to the drift car races.
Yeah, that. Or I want to take him fishing, you know?
Right. Yeah, now fishing's the way to go because you know what? You get all the good stories when you're fishing.
Yeah,
So you might have just hook, line, and sinkered that one.
yeah.
So let's see here. Is there anything? Okay, so family life. So
Yeah,
you are a dad
I
and you
am.
have whole family life outside of herbage and the cannabis industry and stuff like that. So is there anything you'd like to share with us about them?
So, 6 kids, one wife.
Ooh, you know that.
We have fun. Yeah, yeah,
James was hot
yeah.
back in the day.
So- I I love it, and there's a lot of love in our house, and
That's awesome.
I don't know what to say. I mean, we're from age 10 on up to 32.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
So
your youngest, you homeschool though, don't you?
yes, yes, he
Yeah.
does homeschool. Well, actually, the two youngest do, and
Okay.
it's a boy and a girl. They're both the same age, and they do very well, extremely well. But I love them. I love them, and I'm proud of them. We do a lot of things together. We actually have some lands now that we've picked up out in Sulphur, and it's about 10 acres, and a lot of woods and creeks and all that. And so we're putting a place out there, and that's fun. It's
That's
fun
gonna
to
make a good
it's
upcoming.
man, it's so fun to just sit out there uh, on a rock or something, and then listen to them go out, and you can
Mhm.
hear it echo and everything. It's just the best sound in the world. But
Let's
anyway,
see.
yeah, I'm a
Okay.
family guy.
Can people be mailed an Herbage magazine if they request one?
Okay, so yes, I had that set up at once, and here's the goal for 2026. I want to get into home delivery. The problem with
Mhm.
home delivery is it's very expensive unless you get a lot of people subscribed, to be
Right.
honest. And so we've been trying to figure out a solution for that.
Mhm.
That's typically why we don't do that. We get a lot of requests, and for us to drop over 420 places, where I have typically myself, I run it. I don't have one. Like I'll go over to my mom's and she has one, you know? So, yes and no. 2026, we're going to try to have a sign up link if people want to donate or support in some way that may help. Really, what I was wanting to do is like get a sponsor that would do like 100 subscriptions and then just give those away, and just it would just home delivery to them, that sort of thing. But we'll try to figure something out.
Okay.
And
All
it is
right.
available online at
That's
herbagemag.com. We do a complete full duplicate of the
mhm.
print product online. We publish it, and then we'll take all of the stories and showcases inside of each magazine and develop those a little bit further sometimes and post them online, add more multimedia with it, or we'll go ahead and just straight post that online with the media that's inside the magazine.
Okay. Okay. And then let's see. If Herbage magazine came with a scratch and sniff centerfold, what strain would it smell like? And why is it definitely not mids?
Well, I try not to smoke mids, that's for sure. Sometimes I'm forced to, especially if I'm judging something. But that would be super boof, my
Uh,
friend.
okay. Okay.
That's probably my favorite go-to.
Hmm.
Right now, I don't know if I can say brands or anything,
Yeah.
but and they don't advertise with us, so man, I've been getting my hands on some golden bloom flower
Hmm.
lately, and I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's something different. They got some really good stuff, and well rooted too. Well rooted has been just killing it. I mean, every single bag that I open, I feel like it's a good strain. But no, my favorite strain is Super Boof.
Now you said something about Fire Mountain Farms earlier
Yeah,
too, right? So
yeah,
that's interesting because Ronnie had bought one of those best in grass judging kits here in Oklahoma, and
yeah.
I think indica flower, and there was a couple of the Fire Mountain Farms ones in there. And at first he was kind of hesitant, and I was like, "No, bro," I was like, "I've smoked some of their stuff." I was like, "You really need to give it a shot," you know. I was like,
Yeah,
"Give
it's
it a
good.
good objective shot," and he did, and he liked it too. So I was like, "All right."
Definitely. Yeah, they have some really good flower, and I did that a full tour and docu series with them, and man, everything looked so good in there. It was they had their everything hanging to dry. That is just harvest, and it was just it was just beautiful. Like I know I can't describe it, but it was nice, nice
Nice,
stuff.
nice. And you've seen Shane's VPD machines in action, right?
Oh yeah,
So what do you
I've
think of that?
used them.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I've seen it bring back dried weed. Like I've seen it bring back out of it. We would leave the jars open
Hmm.
overnight, and it would bring it back. It was like, so we had it in a dispensary that I had. I don't have it anymore, but and we kept it going there in there constantly. It was like a humidor. But then I
Hmm.
saw it in the gardens, and I saw the fullness. I mean, I sound like a commercial right now, but
No.
really do that stuff. That some good stuff. And Shane, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's a
yes.
really good. He's a really good guy. He's knowledgeable about what he's doing. His entire team, and but yeah, what do
Yeah,
you
him
think
and
about it?
Blue. I haven't seen it other than whenever I walked into the location you're talking about. Oh, I saw it in action there, and also when safety meeting was on stage. Of course, they had all the BPD monsters, out there, and so that was
Yeah.
fun. Here I was over there like an idiot, thinking they're just fog machines. There's something really freaking cool.
It's a cool way to incorporate his business with that.
Right?
But man, talk about bluegrass. He's like their band is so good.
Yeah.
A safety meeting, and
Yeah.
where we were playing at that bluegrass festival, we were at the Brick House Saloon in Shawnee. The old wood floors and all that just echoed through there. It was so cool. It was so nice.
It
Yeah,
was. That
I
was the
can't wait
first
to do
one.
another one.
Yeah, it's the first and only event that I've been to there so far. So, but I look forward to ones in the future as well. Do they do like regular concerts and stuff there too?
Yeah, she does. I think she does something pretty much every month there, but
Got ya.
we're not necessarily affiliated with them.
Right, right.
We just kind of use them as they're a great venue, and the
Cool.
owner's very nice, and she works with you well and all that. Um, but yeah, they still do shows there. I think Safety Meeting may do another one. I would if I were them. But yeah.
Great sound in there. So, well, James, is there anything you want to add here at the end that we haven't covered about Herbage or about James Bridges?
Well, no, it's just I'm really grateful, to be where I'm at right now, and even to some that may not seem like a lot, but it is to me. And I'm in a special place in my life, and I feel like that I owe a lot to the not only this plant but this industry and the people that I've ran into that I've fallen in love with, and um, the artists that I've been around, and it's just it's I'm living my best life right now, and it's because of all the people that I've surrounded myself with in this industry and my family. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely, when you find your tribe that you vibe with and
Yeah,
you can blend it all together, it's very beautiful. So,
for sure.
absolutely. Power of the Plant's amazing. James, we love you. Thank you so much for
Love you
letting
too.
us have a space in Herbage Magazine, and can't
Absolutely.
wait to see you at Cowboy Cup.
I can't
So,
wait next week. Definitely.
all right,
All right.
guys,
We'll
much
see you then.
love. One love, and we will catch you guys at the Cup next weekend, where I'll be doing my podcast live on Saturday night from my booth.
Summer Parker leading the way, shining bright like the healing rays. 420 patients, we stand as one. Safe access for everyone. Oh, we rise up, lifted higher, medicine fuel.